Welcome back to Walking in Shadow. I'm sure you're wondering what's up with the lights. Well, uh, I just feel naturally more comfortable in darkness. Darkness doesn't really work for YouTube videos, however. So, trying this light out, see, we'll work on it, see if it works out. But, like the really bright lights for videos are just way too much for me. So, the way I feel about it is if I'm going to talk about something that I'm passionate about, I'm going to be in my most comfortable, preferential environment. Uh, I'm also doing it because I can't read the notes. I feel like on these series I should just, speak from my heart and knowledge, and, that's probably what I should do anyway. But, it's trial and error. Um, but the first video of the Spiritual Warrior's Arsenal will be awareness. That's what this video will be about. I do want to say also, somebody pointed out to me about mentioning notifications, the little bell. You may want to get notified if you're subscribing, because especially right now, where I'm so low on the YouTube totem pole, you're probably not going to have any idea that I have another video unless I post it somewhere where you will see it. But so just try to remember to also do the notification bell. I just forgot about it. I thank people for helping me remember that. I watch a lot more YouTube than produce, obviously, but anyway, let's get to it. So, awareness is in my opinion, a basic foundation or building block for the spiritual warrior, because if you're not aware of a thing, you're already defeated, whatever it is. There's many levels of awareness. Of course, there's spatial awareness, just being aware of where things are in relation to you. Sounds basic, but you'd be surprised the agility you actually possess when you're not dodging things because you know they're already there. There's a situational awareness with relationships, of course. People are the absolute best way to learn about how to be a person. You can't just go off of your own vibes. I certainly rock the hermit thing, but even I must mingle occasionally so I can remember how to act. I think most people know I smoke, and it's not a healthy habit to promote, but it's what I do, so I'm just going to do it. So, with awareness, ultimately we want to be riding intuition, or it riding us, whatever, but you want to be in symbiosis with it. That's why you have it. If you're one of those blessed with the knowledge of it, if you don't use it, it's really sort of a mockery to whoever you believe designed and created you. to let one of the most important things that you have just atrophy and go to waste. So before you can really start to work with your intuition, again, all these videos are for all levels, all peoples, so some people may know exactly what I'm talking about, some people may know more than I'm talking about, and some people know less. So I'm just speaking from my knowledge and heart, from me to you, to convey what I know to you. Also about spiritual warriors. It's not an easy life, but regular 3D life is certainly not easy, so at least you can add some magic to it, some flair, some drama, some spice. And everybody's got a different definition for that, and that's fine, whatever does it for you. I'm trying to keep awareness and self-inventory separate, but I mean, that's what it boils down to. You need to know who you are, and when you can line up all of the things, or as many things as you can. For instance, I study numerology. I'm aware of my numbers and my frequencies. I know my astrological makeup. I know that I'm a starseed, originally from the Pleiades, before coming to Earth. I know that I'm a shaman. I know that I'm a healer and helper of people, but I'm also a protector of those who would suffer needlessly from both entities or people. So it's a choice, because that's what being a warrior is. It's a choice. It's taking up the arms of intuition and intention and choosing your fate. Whether that fate is already predetermined, well, you're going to know that's in review. Can't do that alive, so wouldn't worry about it so much. But awareness is the building block, because ultimately, in order to feel your intuition and act on it, you must be aware of it. And you must be aware of situations that it's pinging off of, like spidey sense or something, If you had spidey sense, which you do, and you don't listen to it, not because you make the choice to ignore it, but you're just unaware of what it's kicking off to, then you just have strange anxiety and feelings of danger or paranoia that don't seem to be related to anything. And when in fact it's most likely that there is something going on around you that your intuition is trying to key you into. But if you're too caught up in the self, the ego, the persona, the mask, then you may just not notice it, which is the same as not having it. If you're going to have it, use it. It's preferential. a little exercise about intuition that I think would be possibly helpful. It's something that I use. It may be unique. I don't know about anybody else ever doing it, but what's that matter? You're about to, maybe. So, whenever my mind gets caught up on something, topic or string of topics, be it about the past or the future or the present, and I'm supposed to be listening to a person or focusing on a task or something else that really begs of authentic presence, then let's do this right here. It's a thing to remind me that all of this other stuff that's going on up here, all these scenarios, projected successes and failures, is just, it's your brain running its program. So it's our natural inclination to get caught up in that because we're conditioned to believe that that is what we are. Because this world demands production, and production demands a thinking computer, something that can be programmed and put to work. That's pretty deep conditioning. So, don't hesitate or feel bad if you're feeling that, because that's part of the human condition, my friend. It's something we got to deal with. But speaking of, like, with the mind, it's not easy, but what you want to do ultimately, and when I talk about success, I'm not saying, be the big winner, be the big man or woman on campus, be the popular one, make money or whatever. That's 3D mentality. Which, again, nobody can fault you for, because we're all created in this density. We chose to be created in this density so that we could transcend it. And that's what I'm trying to do for you. But you want to try to move that. If you think about how many times you use your mind on the regular, just from common mundane tasks to serious decisions, you really think about it. Well, all your brain's there to do, and your brain's amazing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking the brain. It's just, it's unfortunate that the heart has been sort of downgraded to the thing that keeps you alive, but it's not really seen as a equal, or in my case, superior organ to use to sense things. It's not natural to think that way, and your brain and your ego especially are going to fight you on that. And fighting the ego is no joke, because it knows all of your tells and knows all your weaknesses more than anybody could. Like in poker, you can bluff and pull a lot of interesting diversions, but not to yourself, not to your ego. So it's important that you have a deeper awareness of what and who you are beneath the skin, beneath the light-framed matrix. What are you beneath that? Because I've always known who I am. I feel very fortunate in that I feel I was guided by my star family from an early age to get where I am now. But lots of you could have lots of bonuses, be it the family you were born into, or the situation, or your latent talents, whatever they are, be they mundane or magical. We all have talents, things that we already have points in. It's just nobody handed us the character sheet. We already knew it because we made the character. It's a lot like D&D in that sense, reincarnation, or we want to call it premeditated incarnation. You've made the character sheet for your character, but you're aware that, of course, the character only knows what you provide it with. So even if you know back and front what the character sheet's going to say, you could just write the basic stats of the character. Vital statistics, quirks, merits, flaws, all of that. But what they are and what they do is up to them. Even though they have pluses and minuses that they're unaware of, they still flail about. I've always been really good at this. People say I'm really good at this, or my grandmother or fill in the blank elder said I have a light about me, or I have, whatever. And it's just some story that you tell people when really that's who you are. And the rest of it, the rest of your life, this isn't a judgment, I just mean in general, if you're not 100% aware of who you are. And I'm not even 100%, I'm not aware completely who I am. I'm certainly learning now, though. But without that vital self-knowledge, life's going to be confusing and chaotic. And you just move with the herd, or move with the sheep. And, there is safety and comfort and probably a long, natural life in that herd. But it's not for everybody. Certainly not for me. So if you're going to break free from a thing, however, third density Earth is the thing to break out of. And talk about like a ultimate, like danger room set on 10 from the day you're born. It's quite a serious simulation, but it's still a simulation. That's why I say awareness is important, because if you bring it to your body and you're aware of the nerves and everything about your body and how it changes and how parts of it are heavier or not as heavy, or whatever, you know your body. Being aware of that lets you know that if you don't tap into your intuition and your awareness outside of yourself, only your carnal senses are going to guide you anywhere. And that is danger room 11, especially right now. And you hear people talking about the shift, the shift, the shift. Everybody's got their thing about what that is and what's going on. You can do plenty of research. I have. My personal opinion is that the earth is going to change, and there are going to be people who are the gatekeepers to that new reality. We're going to make sure it happens. So, you know. But, you know, ESP, as they call it, is extrasensory perception. It's the closest that a world run by the analytical brain matter, it's the closest they can reach to what we do naturally. So it's not an extra sense. It's a sense that has always been there and is really there for everyone. But some of us, like I say, in that character rolling session, we decided, well, you know what, I'm just gonna put all of mine in backgrounds and have a nice clean karmic path, and I'm gonna, this is the year I'm gonna, you know, evolve into something epic. You know, if not now, when? And we all like to think we're gonna die old in a bed, but I think we all know that's not always the case. So even the perception of the projection of time and a hopeful belief that, you know, it's all going to work out and you're going to just snuggle up for a nice death nap when you're about 80. Hey, you know, maybe. But if not, you know, when are you going to do it? Whatever it is. I'm doing my it now. I gotta took long enough. But I am. And, you know, I don't know where it's going to take me. I don't know where any of this is going to take me, but I know it's what I need to do. So I'm going to do it. I did think also about, you know, common traits in warriors like self-discipline, self-control. These things I'll cover both in impeccability and self-inventory. What this is, what I'm trying to get to you, the audience, is that your awareness is key. You're reaching out to whatever it is key. Simply observing it and making no action. Just knowing the thing is not enough, because if you do nothing about it, what's the point of knowing it? Again, maybe not 80 in the bed. So, just think about what's important to you and do it. No, I certainly don't. I'm not thinking about, like, you know, a lot of the people that I know personally are super magical people. I welcome them to please do whatever they want to do. And there are plenty of people just on the cusp that want to break out and do the thing. Do it, I'm telling you. I'm living proof of it. No, I don't have some, oh, I've got 1 million subscribers and I'm so rich and everything's roses. No, I don't have that. But what I do have is just a real sense of satisfaction, the kind of thing that, gets put in those filing cabinets of possible emotional outcomes that you cling on to while you do shit you don't care about. Stop doing that. You know what you love. You know what you're really passionate about. You know what you do that makes you feel alive and feel fire in your gut. It's different for everybody. For me, it's telling people what's what, or at least my version of what's what. Of course, feel free to disagree. The nice comments are awesome, but hey, if you think I'm full of it, comment that too. I'm not going to have a full-on flame war with you in the comments, but, I'll be happy to address it in the next video or, comment to a point. Also, it's usually in the comments, but I do have the otherwisementoring.com, and anybody can send me an email there with anything. I did have a program that I may do again where I was going to do responses by word count. Do like $4 a word. Sounds a lot, but it's not $4 a word. It's for, no, 4 cents. $4. I was like, no, it's stupid. It's 4 cents a word, so they 500 is $20 and so on. If you send me a question that you really want an answer to, I do have to update the site and put that stuff back in. I took it out when I was first making the site because I didn't know that any of this was going to happen. So, I certainly want to help people, but, I want to make this into my living. And when you're poor, it's pretty easy to replace poor. So, it's okay, But we'll figure it out. That's why I say also that there will be an energy exchange. You can do like a base money amount, or if there's something you do that I'm interested in, we can barter, whatever. I'm not out for the almighty dollar, but I do want to stop punching the clock and doing things I don't care about. So I can do this, because this is what I like doing, especially in the dark. I think unless like YouTube or people just go crazy or something, I'm going to stay in some form of semi-darkness because I'm a lot more comfortable. But I think the streams will be helpful because, getting questions about it or comments about it be easier to branch off into things that people are actually interested in. So all I can do is talk about it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not doing the rambling tangent here. I'm just, since I do read cards, but it's not my main thing or something. So I understand that flow, and this flow is more direct. But since I don't know who I'm talking to, that makes it difficult too, because when I can look at somebody in the face and feel their energy in the room, it's a lot easier to talk to them, obviously. But let's just figure out levels of awareness. Body awareness we covered, where, outside of your eyes, the nerves in your body, uh, we're all just blind puppets. If you take our eyes and the ability to feel anything, including movement or direction, then what are you? So that's a very keen awareness to know. And then people cover that. There's a lot there. I'm blessed in the fact that I have like a natural lean toward empathy. I think it's part of my cosmic heritage. But, those are just my pluses because I knew I was going to come here and spread the word to people. So, to be able to do that, you got to have wisdom, charisma, intelligence. I got those. But it's a pretty common thing with people who meditate, or a lot of people know about Eckhart Tolle. I used to drive around like a Jehovah's Witness or something. I had copies of The Power Now, and I'd give them to people. Oh, have you read The Power Now? Check it out. Please. And really important thing that keys into what I'm talking about, what he's talking about, which is actually Buddhism, some Hinduism. I use a certain type of meditation. I use like a trance. It's my shamanic journey work. Now, I don't expect you to do that. I don't know what you do. But a really simple way to key into that, who you are internally, and start to really be aware is to, you can close your eyes or open them. It doesn't really matter. But if you pay attention to your breath, and you can do the rhythmic breathing, you can inhale slow, exhale fast, whatever. The important part is to be aware of it, and to be aware that under you, your name, and where you're from, and the people you know, and your favorite food, or whatever. There's a silent observer that's always there and always observing. It is that breath. And when you're having thoughts, if you just continue to key into your breath, even as you're talking, even as you're thinking, and you just let those thoughts happen, even let the words happen, but realize that under the voice and under the thoughts, there's still a lot of activity, a lot of presence, and a lot of awareness. And don't forget, we're here in the present right now. So I think that's going to work for now. I say, because it's such a basic thing, awareness, it is part of the other videos or concepts. So, but I knew that I would talk about it a lot because it's integral to harnessing intuition and using it to do your mission here on Earth. which we all have, from whatever belief you believe. Everybody came here with something to do. And I can tell you, just, if I can pass anything on to you, it's do the thing, because I'm doing it, and I feel completely like I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing that I'm supposed to do. So, it's a good feeling. Doesn't happen a lot for anyone. Well, don't forget, let's get rid of those things, right? Please like the video, comment, even if you disagree. I'm happy to hear it. Subscribe if you haven't. And as it was pointed out to me, please click that little notification bell so you're aware of new videos as they come out. I wish I had a schedule. That's something else that came up, but I'm just doing this as I feel drawn to do it. I do want to stay relevant and keep popping out topics. The only thing is that a lot of things I do, I can use external means, infinite means, and I should be able to do it with this, but pulling someone's intuition, like on a constant run, is draining a little bit. Like I'll probably totally veg out and eat ice cream, watch YouTube after this. But I will be keeping up with everything that people have to say, and I just really want to thank everybody across the board, everybody I know and everybody I don't know who's been supportive and just into it, Let me know about the light, I am still going to do some of the daytime videos like I've done before, like when I talk about tools, because, you want to see them, I assume. But whenever I can do this, and like I said, I'm going to try to maybe rig something up, try to change the lighting, but just full-on light is just a little bit like kryptonite to me. I just don't like it a whole lot, but hey, that's all right. We're all different, right? That's right. All facets of the same jewel. Also, don't forget, check out otherwisementoring.com. I am going to start posting on the blog again. I would love to say that I would be able to do them in time with these video releases, but I'm going to have to find some kind of a pace, because I can write. I enjoy it, and I'm good at it. Much better than this. But it's all a draw, and while I still have to maintain with external means as opposed to my passion, then, it's just what I got to do. A lot of you do it. I know plenty of people who are really good at things that don't make a lot of money, or for whatever reason, marketing or self-restraint or something, they're just not happening. But just don't give up. Just figure out a new way. Do it, please, because you'll just feel better. You just gonna have to trust me on this one. All right. Peace out, my friends.